Okay, Diwali Day, we're following the Prime Minister right now. He's saying he's reached Lepcha, which is a village in Himachal Pradesh, to celebrate Diwali with the brave security forces that are present there. Lepcha is a village in Himachal Pradesh that the Prime Minister is saying he's arrived at. Remember, this is a historic tradition. The Prime Minister and generally leadership historically celebrates each of these festivals with those who are gathered at the border, those who are protecting our country at this time of the year. Himachal Pradesh, obviously a mountainous region. The Prime Minister greeting troops that are over there, putting out this photo that we're actually playing for you on your screens right now. The Prime Minister telling us of his Diwali plans, obviously remembering and celebrating the troops who are at the border right now in Himachal Pradesh. We'll tell you a little bit more about the Lepcha region in Himachal Pradesh, also why the Prime Minister has chosen to go to that entire region in Himachal Pradesh over the next few days. I have a number of reporters with us right now. First, my colleague Aman Sharma is bringing us the details. Aman, we see the Prime Minister do this every year. On important occasions, you'll see the Prime Minister typically celebrated with troops. This is something that has now become a tradition, was a tradition in previous governments too. Can you tell us though, Aman, is there any significance in Lepcha being the chosen location this year?
Well, the significance of Lepcha, as I can see it also on the Indo-China border. So, and we have been in a conflict with China for the last 3 years almost after the Galwan clash, and the forces have been indulging in a tense situation. And though various rounds of talks have been held with China, there has been no resolution in sight yet, and de-escalation has not happened. Apart from that, the Prime Minister has always chosen the border locations to spend his Diwali. We have seen earlier him going to JNK, also him going to Himachal this time. So choosing Himachal this time, and this is an occasion where the Prime Minister wants to have a conversation with the forces, be with them. It's also a message of leadership, message of solidarity with our forces, and the Prime Minister making an effort, especially to travel every year to Diwali. In fact, ever since he became the Prime Minister in 2014, every Diwali of the Prime Minister has been sent with the soldiers on the border. This is also a motivating factor behind the Prime Minister's visits, that the Prime Minister wants to be with the soldiers. And this time, the location being Lepcha, and always this location Toya has always kept a secret, so we all keep speculating days before that where the Prime Minister will go, and there was a talk of him going to Akhtur, maybe other. But he's obviously reached Lepcha today early morning, and he'll be spending half of his day with the forces there, interacting with them, speaking to them, asking them about their experiences on serving at that remote, virtually inhospitable border terrain, and what their day is like, and the Prime Minister sharing his leadership mantras with the soldiers, and how the country is safe and secure under the leadership of Mr. Modi and due to the efforts of our security forces at those borders.
Okay, Aman, can I ask you to actually stay with us? Our colleague Tejinder is also with us to bring us developments. Tejinder, we were talking about how the location Lepcha is also one that should be paid attention to today. Can you tell us more?
Yes, you see, as Aman was rightly pointing out, that ever since taking over the office of the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi has been celebrating the festival of lights, Deepavali, with our Jawans on the line of control, on the international border, or on the line of actual control. If you remember, in 2018, he celebrated the festival of lights in Kedarnath. In 2019, it was Rajouri in Jammu and Kashmir. In 2020, he celebrated the Diwali with the Jawans of the Border Security Force in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. In 2021, he again came to Rajouri and celebrated the Festival of Lights in Nowshera. And last year he spent the Festival of Lights in Kargil. If you remember, the Indian Army has been an eyeball-to-eyeball confrontation with the People's Liberation Army of China on the LAC. So the Prime Minister, every time, whenever he goes to these border positions, it is there to send a message across to not only to the adversaries, that the entire nation stands with the soldiers, with our forces who are guarding the frontiers 24/7, but it also gives a message to our soldiers that the entire nation of 1.30 billion people stand with our forces. The top leadership of the country stand with the forces, and they are with them. If you, as you pointed about Lepcha in Lepcha is being guarded by the Indo-Tibetan border force. We share the borders with China in Lepcha, and this is to send a message across that when there is a situation on the LAC or anywhere else on the borders, the entire top leadership of the country and the people of this nation stand shoulder to shoulder with our soldiers. Also, as Aman was rightly pointing out, that this boosts the morale of our soldiers who are leaving their families behind, observe these festivals far, far away from their families. Yes.
Okay, thank you for bringing us those details.